And guess what? Another rant, but about YouTube with Google. Not the best combination.
Yeah, I'm interested to see where it's going to go. But I mean, I do think that the origins of YouTube and what it has become, I think the argument against could be oversaturation. It feels like less things are special now.
Yeah.
But I do think that it's a brilliant and beautiful thing to have people that don't have the means be able to have the opportunity. And so in that way, I feel like YouTube kind of embodies the American dream in a sense.
I feel like YouTube's more like an American Idol kind of thing. You're built your stairway to fame or stairway to failure.
Certainly. I think if you do it right, and again, I think that it comes back to the concept of giving over to the have-nots, and even years ago when I was young, and I'm sure when you were young, that it's you had to be the kid with a video camera if you wanted to make your own movies, and only your friends saw them. And I feel like there's a lot of probably lost stuff out there from people who didn't get the opportunity to have it marketed to a massive amount of people for no dollar out of their pockets that could have gone on to really bright careers. And there's probably some really brilliant movies out there that we missed out on seeing because there wasn't a medium like YouTube. And for that reason, I'm really, really happy that it exists, and seeing what elevation it can take will be really interesting, and hopefully it catalysts some really talented people into a higher position and doesn't just give us more Kardashians.
Oh, no, definitely. I mean, the less Kardashians we have, the better off we are. Because the honest truth is, when it comes to YouTube and just this licensing process...
I'd keep Kendall just for... technically, she's a Jenner, but...
I'll give you a Kendall once I take over the world.
Perfect. I'm going to hold you to that, actually.
Wonderful. And what I was going to say was pretty much YouTube... Before, when it started off, just like without Google, it was license free. You can put whatever you want up there, everything. Now it's kind of like tight because Google has put so many restrictions on it.
Yeah, I think the constraints are going to work against them. We'll see who's right there.
Because I think eventually Google will have YouTube will have its own version of someone else will create another YouTube or something similar to Facebook with MySpace.
Yeah, very true.
And where it's just open source and everyone's going to go ahead and just dive in.
Yeah, they'll jump ship with a quickness. That'll be like
exactly.
That.
And I think personally, if Apple can pick up, what YouTube's doing and do something like that, I'm pretty sure they'll kick off, because Apple Podcasts and all that stuff, those products, they put it free.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure, they will be, bigger business than what they are now, even though technically, all the iPhones and all that stuff, is selling.
Yeah, like hotcakes, and everybody's always waiting in line for the new one. But, I think that it'll have to be another startup that just has a wildly better technology. I don't know if you've seen Silicon Valley, the HBO show.
Yeah.
It'll have to be a group of guys like that are just kind of ragamuffins with the brains behind it. Because I think if it starts off with any big name, a la Apple or a la Google, I think that it's kind of an automatic decline because they have so many moving parts in terms of their legal teams and what they have to adhere to, that I think it's going to have to be somebody with nothing to lose, because worst case scenario, with either Google or Apple, they can just say, we tried that, it didn't work, we're still filthy rich, and we're going to put out the next best product and you're going to buy it, and it'll be true.
Yeah.
So for me, personally, my thought on it is that it'll have to start smaller from the ground up, because I just don't see a way for a larger conglomerate to actually pull it off, because I think the beautiful thing about it was, and I think still is to a point, somebody without money, somebody that has a passion for something, like the Avengers or like the Punisher, any of those teaser fan films that have been made that are
big time,
better than the originals.
Because it's more in depth, and it's more, you feel more of the character there.
And they care. That's the biggest part. Nobody that's making that thing is I'm going to make $1 million off of this. The hope is I hope somebody sees it and maybe gives me an opportunity to do something more. And I think that's where all good art really starts, and I think that's important to get back to. So whoever takes it to the next level or continues on the path that it's on, I think they would be smart in the larger sense to consider that, so that we don't lose the artistry of what people do, and so that people aren't so focused on, what can I get away with because I might get in trouble for using this and using that. If you're not making any money off it, or if you're making a nominal amount of money off it, why those people care, I don't know. probably because they've already blown through their millions and now, have nothing better to do than come after the little guy. But that to me would be of the most paramount importance.
I think that's what happened when Google paired up with YouTube, because like when they bought them technically, is they said, okay, we can put all these restrictions, so whoever has like, content of like gameplays, I've seen a lot of them tear down, like especially with Nintendo. Nintendo's like, no, there's a Mario picture here, Mario character, we own the rights to that, and they're just taking down the videos, or else, potential lawsuit. Yeah. There's just a big money squander there, and then not only is it free publicity for Nintendo, because, they're using reviewing their products.
That's the way I've always looked at it.
Reviewing the technical aspects of it, and everything's just there. It's free publicity. I don't know why they're, ruining that for them.
Yeah, and again, it's from people who care. Like, I mean, if some guy is going to take 16 hours to review a video game that you made, why would you not want that guy reviewing your game?
Exactly.
Guy clearly cares as much about, if not more, than the people who made the game.
Exactly.
So at least they were getting paid. Like somebody that's doing that on their own time, they're doing it out of purely passion and